Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys another Sword and Shield Wi-Fi battle. Today we're going to be going up against someone in the Wi-Fi battle server named Zach. I believe their Discord name is Frosty. I don't know if they upload, but I'll definitely be sure to ask them after and, link them in the description below if they do. But we're going to be using a pretty cool team on the regular timer, so that is a little bit scary. But they actually have a lot of mons similar to us, so lots of offense. This is straight like HO that we're going to be playing against. But we have the Urshifu, Melmetal, Nidoking, Rillaboom, the Dragapult, and the Zapdos Galore. We're rocking out with things such like Obstagoon, Moltres, Latios, Melmetal, Rillaboom, and Landorus Therian. Now, something I will say is we have a lot of trouble dealing with the specs. What do you call it? A specs Dragapult. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lead Landorus. It honestly leads well versus just about everything on my opponent's team, and I can get up a pretty free Stealth Rock. Moltres walls pretty much the entirety of my opponent's team, which is honestly really, really cool. So that'll obviously be something that we have to use to our advantage. And yeah, hopefully we can grab a dub here in this game. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. And yeah, hopefully we can do well. Yeah, Flamethrower Scorching Sands actually goes dumb on my opponent. Goes crazy on him. So we are going to see a Dragapult lead. This is honestly phenomenal. I should live any one hit from a Dragapult. Let me double check. We'll also be able to see if this is Infiltrator or Clear Body, which is nice. It is going to be Infiltrator, so that leads me to believe this for sure is going to be a Specs variant. And I'm not a big fan of that because actually it's probably the best possible set versus us. So let's go ahead and run a quick calc, if we can. Choice specs to us, Draco Meteor once is actually going to knock us out, which I'm not a big fan of. So what I think I'm actually going to do this early in the game is I'm actually going to pivot hard Melmetal to scout and see what my opponent wants to go for. I don't think they go for a fire move. I will live any two other hits, potentially. We are leftovers. We do live 2 Shadow Balls. Yeah, so there is going to be a Draco. And that's not something I wanted to deal with in the slightest. So I'll take that for sure. And that's 100% specs. Holy crap. That did a lot of damage. But we are lefties, and lefties plus protect plus our terrain and our opponent's terrain is going to be like really, really important in us being able to take these hits. So looking at my opponent's team, they don't seem to have a great high horsepower switching. I could see them pivoting into their own Melmetal just to kind of play around that double iron bash because they actually don't have another steel resist at all on their team. So I am going to go for the high horsepower, predicting that thing to come in, just so we can see how much damage we can possibly do to that thing on the switch in. So Melmetal. Let's see. Our own Melmetal. It's not a 2-hit KO, which is unfortunate. So we are going to call the Melmetal come in, which is nice. Hopefully we can get some chip off. We are going to land, which is awesome. Gonna do a decent chunk, and we'll see if it's lefties. If it's not lefties, it's going to either be AV or banned. It's not, so I'm actually going to click protect here, scout and see what this thing wants to do. If it is banned, I want to make sure I pivot around it correctly. So we are going to protect, as our opponent's going to Thunder Punch, expecting the Moltres. Okay, awesome. I'll take that. And we're basically back up to almost full at this point. And now my next question is, do I think that it's worth to just stay in and go for another high horsepower? Honestly, I kind of do. Yeah, this is going to absolutely bounce. And if this isn't banned, we'll be able to live a hit too. We do prove to be faster right there, which is awesome. I'll take that. We chew, don't you para. We do not get paired, which is awesome. I want to make sure that we're out of range of a flamethrower, of that, what do you call it? That darn, Dragapult. I think that's pretty important. We're going to protect one more time just to get that lefty's recovery back. They're actually going to dynamic punch, which tells me that they're probably blunder policy. Holy crap. No. We've won 2 speed ties in a row, which makes me think we're faster. Is that thing blunder policy? Okay, double iron bash kills, so I'm gonna go for that. So we are gonna be faster. and Melmetal v Melmetal action is going to occur. We're going to be able to knock out the opposing one and be in a pretty dope spot. Now, I recently did actually get texture edits done by my good buddy Liv for our BBL team, where we do have Melmetal drafted on our squad, and I have a super dope texture mod that I almost wanted to bring out to this game because I knew I was bringing Big Mel, but I didn't want to spoil it. I want you guys to see that when it comes out, you know, when the video itself comes out. So we are going to hold off on that for now. Right here, though. Oh, no, I almost just pivoted Landers to get the Intimidate drop, and that's an awful idea. I think I'm actually going to go into my Latios. I think I'll take any 2 Scarf hits. I have a Latios. I got decent natural bulk. We'll be able to scout and see what this thing wants to do. Zapdos Galar. We're going to see a bulk up. We are Psychic, so this is pretty drawback free to click right here, isn't it? I suppose they could predict me and go into their Urshifu, but I can't really mess around with this thing. At +1, it's going to do a lot of damage to me, and I don't want to deal with that. So I am going to go hard, Latios, and I am going to click Psychic. Awesome. I'm glad I didn't click T-Bolt there. We are Soldu, so we should knock this out. We are going to knock it out. Big Lottie showing what's up, showing why it's such a behemoth of a Pokemon. Absolutely love this thing. I think it's actually really underrated in the OU tier currently. Now, this is an issue. This is a very big issue that I don't know how I'd necessarily deal with. I think I'm actually going to make the mid-ground into Obstagoon, expecting a Shadow Ball to come out, opposed to the Draco Meteor when I showed my initial pivot to be, what do you call it, Melmetal. So we are going to go out into the Goon himself. Yep, so we're going to get that Shadow Ball play correct. We're going to get our Flame Orb to pop. And now we're going to just be able to click Knockoff and claim us a KO. There's absolutely nothing that switches into this thing. Absolutely nothing. So we are going to click Knockoff. We are Jolly, which is something interesting to note. So we will outspeed a Nidoking coming in, which is actually going to be the switch in. And if it's Scarf, obviously knock off the Scarf. We're actually going to knock off a Life Orb, which is awesome. And this thing was a fat threat, and we also just don't have to play with rocks this game. I'm going to click Facade in case we have a weird pivot out into Urshifu. So yeah, we are going to click Facade. Goon's going to pick up its first kill of the game. Cool to see an underused threat like Obstagoon come in and do some work. The absolute Chad that he is. And then, yeah, we'll be in a pretty decent spot. We're going to see Urshifu Rapid come out right here, and that's actually that's pretty bad, actually. I would much rather see the other Urshi coming out, but man, I suppose I do have a Latios. Yeah, we're gonna pivot Lottie. I'm glad I saved Lottie. I'm very glad I saved Lottie. So we are gonna pivot right out into Big Latios. Now it's just dependent on what he goes for. He's going to go for the Surging Strikes. We'll be able to see if this is banded, I suppose. Rapid Strike. OU Choice Band. That would be Adamant Band. Hold on. I'm not saying this is Adamant Band, but I'm saying the damage calc that I'm looking at would be Adamant Band. Nope, that is not banded. But, like, does my opponent have a Psychic Resist? They do not. So I'm just going to click Psychic. And hopefully claim me a KO if they go into the... so they're going to go Rillaboom. That's honestly fine. This is amazing because now I think that my own... What do you call it? My own dude can clean in the back. So I think I will switch out on this thing, though, just because I don't want to lose to that Urshifu if it's Scarf. If it's Scarf, it's actually a pretty big threat to me. So I think I am going to make the Moltres pivot. We're going to get to see Moltres touch the field at the very least, which is very cool. Now, seeing a more widely utilized threat, you know, brought out and stuff. So, out comes regular Moltres. Good old Kanto, our boy. We're going to see a Grassy Glide come out. Will we get the Flame Body to proc? We do indeed get said Flame Body to proc, which is actually pretty dope. And I think I'm just going to click Flamethrower. If the Urshi comes out, so be it. I'm actually not too worried about that, because at this point I can just kind of stay in and spam Flamethrower / Scorching Sands and use this as a sack, because it's not super valuable in the rest of the for the rest of the team. So we're gonna click Flamethrower. Vulture is gonna be able to pick up a KO. I actually really like this team. This team's very, very cool. And it's especially pretty good against offense like this. Fatter builds tend to be a little bit more annoying, but this is still solid. So they're gonna go into Urshi Rapid. I have no reason to save this Pokemon. Genuinely no reason to save this Pokemon, so I am just going to click Scorching Sands. And once I get down to Last Mon Dragapult, it can never lock into a move to beat me. So it has to hit me twice, so there is the potential. Yep, there it is. There's the potential for the Flame Body Burn, baby. So we're going to see that pop, get another crit, and the third one is going to take us out. But Moltres and its Flame Body. Oh, good Mon. I absolutely love Moltres. I'm really enjoying using in the NCP alongside the Pokemon that we're going to switch into next, which is actually going to be our Latios. And this game should be in the bag. This game should be in the bag. I'd be very surprised otherwise. But I think we've set up for a pretty solid endgame here with Lottie, and then Goon plus Melmetal means to where that Dragapult can never lock into a move and beat me. So we'll also see if this thing was Scarf. It was indeed Scarf, so I'm glad I didn't go hard Lottie before on this thing, like after we got this chip, obviously. So we're just going to go ahead and click Psychic. I'm going to keep spamming it because I don't need health on Latios to secure this win, and this isn't draft, so I'm not playing for differential. I'm just playing to hopefully take home a W. So the Psychic's going to come out. This is obviously going to blow this thing backwards. Like I'm talking like it would actually live a Soul Dew boosted Psychic. So Lottie proving to be an absolute beast of a Pokemon. And then lastly, we're going to have what looks to probably be Dragapult coming in and either locking Shadow Ball or Draco Meteor. Either way, we have ways around that. So I'm just going to click Draco for the style points in case they miss a Draco Meteor of their own. They are not. They're going to hit, which is fine. And honestly, I kind of want to go into Goon. Dragapult. Bolt. Choice Specs. OU. At -2. Does not kill our Obstagoon. I want to give Big Goon the kill because I want to give him the thumbnail, and I absolutely love it. It's a cool mon. It's a really sick shiny, and you don't often see it in OU these days, so might as well give him as much screen time as humanly possible. Melmetal, you're already a beast in the tier, man. You don't need us. I mean, you don't need it. So we are just gonna click Knockoff, just again to get those stat points. If they crit us, they crit us. I guess that's what I get for stunting if that ends up happening, as they are not going to crit us. And we're going to be able to knock off and blow this thing ass back. There's no universe in which this Pokemon ever lives this hit, and it is going to go down. GG's to my opponent. Again, if they have any relevant links, I will put them in the description below. Very fun game, very cool team. If you guys want to use the team, I'll probably link that in the description below as well. If you guys have any teams or Pokemon you want to see me showcase in any of these battles, please let me know in the comments below. Any tiers you want to specifically see me play, or if you just want to see more Wi-Fi battles in general, let me know. I really enjoyed doing them. I kind of fell off for a little bit after, Crown Tundra died down a little bit and calmed down, but I want to get back into uploading these pretty consistently. Maybe not every day like we were doing before, because I kind of burned myself out a little bit, but at least, semi-consistently getting up at least 2 to 3 a week, just to give you guys that Wi-Fi battle content. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, be sure to drop a sub. We're on our way to 400 subs by the end of the year. I'm really, really close to hitting that goal. So if you're just now seeing this for the first time or seeing our channel for the first time, go ahead and hit that sub. I'm sure you'll enjoy what you see here. Drop a like if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.